Let's say you want to write about our mutual friend and you're especially interested in the lives of the poor who live around the River Thames. You're interested in knowing how accurately Dickens is depicting the lives of the poor, and you're also interested in whether there may be political implications that you maybe sense but don't entirely understand in Dickens's portrayal of the poor. How would you find out more? One way would be to turn to primary sources from the time. Fortunately for us, Google Books makes this easy, especially if you use the advanced search feature. The easiest way to get to the advanced search feature is to go to Google and type advanced book search. Once you're on this screen, you can see that there are a number of fields we can fill in. Right here, we can search for books that contain specific words. The next bar lets us search for specific phrases, and so on. Of particular interest is our ability here to limit our search to full text items. Below the main fields are some other useful ways of searching: by title, by author, or by publisher if you happen to know that information. And right here is where things get really useful. We can put in specific date ranges. For this search, I'm going to search for poor people, River Thames, and I'm going to set the date range from 1850 to 1880, roughly 15 years on either side of the writing of our mutual friends. As you can see from the search results, this search yielded some interesting information. The first document is a report from England's Parliament where MPs questioned members of a commission that studied the possibility of building up the banks on one side of the Thames. There's quite a bit of discussion of the effect that this would have had on the people who live there. If we click back and then scroll down a bit, we'll come across a book by Henry Mayhew on the London poor. The section that opens here has a great deal to say about the ways that different people earned a living on the river. This might be very helpful in better understanding Gaffer Hexam and Rogue Rider Hood. So as you can see, Google Books gives you a wealth of primary materials. It isn't the only way to find primary sources, and in some cases it isn't the best way. In a Renaissance literature course, you may find that many sources have not been digitized. In a contemporary literature course, books found on Google Books are almost certain to be copyrighted, and thus unavailable for you to read. But for 19th century literature, Google Books is a treasure trove of information that helps you use primary sources to establish literary, historical, and cultural contexts.